called out if I wanted to, but I'm like, it's not that bad. Let me just go ahead and get this money real quick, and I did that. And when I got the paycheck and got all my bills and everything situated, I went, I have a little bit of extra play money to deal with right now that, if I manage correctly, won't hurt me or anything. So what can I do with this? Oh yeah, I'm just gonna buy me another PlayStation 4 controller because the D-pad on my old one started to have a little bit of drift in it. Can't really have that when I play my fight games, and I don't like that. So that one's just gonna be regular. So my old one is just gonna be regulated to normal games,
Okay.
and the new one coming in will be like my new fight game pad.
Yay.
And then I bought a double dipped on a game that's coming out next week. So
Yeah.
I bought it on both PC and PS4 on the pre-orders. So the PC version should be available this coming Monday,
Mm-hmm.
which is great because that is the same time that my controller shows up. And then my actual physical copy of the game for my PlayStation will show up on sometime between sometime next weekend, most likely. But
Cool.
yeah, so that's what I'm. So those are technically those games are technically like my little birthday present to myself because I still didn't really get myself anything for my birthday. So this is it.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
I could have had the opportunity to go to my friend's house and watch the that the Legends of Vox Machina episodes that came out because I've only seen the first three.
Ooh. I'm not gonna spoil it because yeah. So just yeah.
It, I kind of don't care about spoilers because let's face it, it's based off a campaign that occurred like at this point maybe 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if you didn't watch Critical Role back then, you had ample time to watch it up until now.
Yeah.
If you don't want to spoil it, that's fine. But I'm not gonna be upset if you do end up saying, "Hey, such and such did this" or something like that. Because let's face it,
Mm,
YouTube exists. So you're
yeah.
gonna see thumbnails that has titles of like Percy did this to somebody, and it's like, oh, okay, well that happened. Like thumbnails alone and titles of the videos alone that you're just scrolling past will literally just tell you spoilers, and it's like, oh, okay, well that happened. All right, that's whatever. Plus, Twitter exists.
Yeah. And so yeah, even on the topic, what's up everybody? What's up everybody? I'm Rocky Wolf and welcome to another episode of Figgy and spin-off adventures and stuff. Um so last time, just to recap, so last time you guys boarded the train and you guys stopped by at the town, and commander or forgetful you know old PC be like, I'm gonna go ahead and play cards in this tavern. So he played some cards while Figgy kind of like hung out, and somehow commander kind of like um you know uh stole a tiefling named Ricardo. Ricardo, um, his playing card deck or his cheat deck, and ran away. And there was a chase scene, and Ricardo being angry, and Tamara trying to be like, calming him down. And while this is going down, Alphonse and Edward kind of like wake up, see some suspicious looking people, yeah, going into the cart, and some guards trying to look for some things, and there was a a check, kind of like a search. So anyways, after the search, after the search, the guards kind of like came out of the train, and then one so yeah, so and then Figgy and crew came back, Figgy and Commander came back and crew, and came back to the train, um and uh one of the guards that was searching through the other cart kind of like came back, but there was this like sense of foreboding, and they sent some pretty wacky stuff, and this person went out of the train and they're headed back to they're heading to the town their train on their way to Thezia, the last train stop.
Yes, I believe they had some sort of like a pinkish purplish glow on them. I
Yes.
think in their eyes specifically.
Right. Let me put these in the GM layer. Okay, let's go to sleep. Okay. So it's basically right now. Just imagine Commander Alphonse and Edward kind of like maybe you know um maybe poofed in out of existence for now.
Or they're just off in another car, like just
Yeah.
conversing and or sleeping or something. Whatever
Yeah.
people do on trains nowadays.
Yeah. And Clayton's still drunk, and then Tamara kind of like sitting in her seat, and as the cart kind of goes in there. Um,
Mm-hmm. Figgy at this point will just kind of just be jotting in his journal a bit about past experiences that he's been through so far in this little trip.
mm-hmm. Cool. Um,
Still, still dabbling on like, if I were just like this here, it might rhyme with this. Hmm. Yeah,
and
I think that works.
we just click on some of the people. So you kind of like see like a couple can like sit back in that seat and everything, and then the moment that you like kind of you're just hanging out and stuff like that, um, Fenris and the little blonde lady can like comes out. They're all like disheveled and everything, and it's like, yo, what did I miss?
Oh, wait, were you on this train the entire time?
We were we were in a different cart. I doing and then the blonde is like kind of like fans herself a little bit.
Uh, hmm. Is Figgy curious enough to figure out what happened? I'm gonna roll a D2 to figure that out. I'm gonna say he is, so I'm gonna roll an insight check on that.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead.
That's an 11.
um. You kind of like pick up details. There's you could like see that like there's like kiss marks on Fenris and a little bit of the sharpness of the hair, even though adding to more of the sharpness that she usually has, and you could tell that they were cadoodling.
Oh, well, I'm certain to. I'll be certain to let you know that whatever happened out here was probably just as exciting. Whatever you went through down there, I would assume that maybe some train robbers or something was also having their rough housing.
Rough. We were in a different train. We heard about a search, so uh, we were in the train bathroom while that was happening. So
I know the train bathrooms aren't that big,
yeah, they're not. And I was like,
so
kind of like face palms. We're like, oh god.
Hey, no shame. Just so long as you're careful next time something like this happens. We don't want any unfortunate incidents to occur to one of our crewmates, you know?
Right. And the woman kind of like sits down right here, and she's like, "Call me if you need anything," and just like goes and look. That should give me perception really quick.
Okay. Perception. If I remember correctly, my perception bonus is a +5. Where's your 2 at? There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And look at that. Oh, wait. That's right. I could just click on this thing in the D&D Beyond and just roll it, can I?
Yes.
Okay. Well, let's try it. See how it works.
Sleep.
Uh, click.
Like, clickety click.
21.
21. Yeah. So you pretty much when you see the woman kind of like caress the shoulder of Fenris and kind of like winks and just like sits down. Uh, Fenris is like, okay, um, and then like sits down like right about here, like
Well, isn't that cute?
right, cute.
Oh,
Right.
don't mind me. I was just thinking out loud.
Yeah, just considering that these ears can hear almost um any whisper. Uh, so yeah, you're in the cart
Mm-hmm.
and Clayne is kind of like at this point sleeping, so he's like sprawled out in the little chair and just kind of like snoring. And so yeah, um,
All right. I would say at this point, based on the thing that Figgy had just witnessed earlier with Fenris and her little lady friend, for
mhm.
at least for the time being, he starts to just think just think like random thoughts at this point. Because now he's like, come to think of it, well, being a bot is kind of rough when it comes to these romance things, isn't it?
um, you're talking to who?
Yeah, at this point, he's just thinking to himself. Well, yeah, he's just
Mm-hmm.
muttering to himself. He has a habit of doing that.
Yeah.
It's the cheap way to add noise to the background when there's silence.
Wow! You just hear like a little like baby crying in the background.
Then again, now that I think about it, I think the alternative for having a child and something at my current age is a bit much. I could think maybe, maybe it's not so much of a rush to try to get, you know, companionship or something like that.
Hmm.
But one must think, I suppose.
And you kind of like see the corner. I can like Tamara trying to like fiddle with like trying to fix like little like gadget. Well, to pass the time, and she kind of like looks at Figgy. She kind of like raises it up, and it's kind of like a contraption, like basically a penny catapulter. You're the coin catapulter. It's like, hey, look what I made in my spare time.
Is she actually showing it to Figgy, or she's just kind of like proud of that to herself?
She's showing it to Figgy. Look what I made. A catapult that makes you know, gold pieces go yeet. And she shows you.
Are you trying to poke someone's eye out with that thing?
Well, it's kind of like a weapon that can probably help us. She
Oh,
kind of like flicks, like pushes a button, and like it just flies out like a silver piece at Clayton's face, but like it lands on like his eye, his closed eye. Score.
Well, it's functional. I give you that. Maybe you can use it as like a makeshift slingshot or something like that. Because I'm not entirely sure how plentiful coins would be, but I know there's definitely a plenty of rocks.
I mean, let's see. Looks thinks to herself. She's like, I do have magic stone. That gave me an idea. And then like she like starts to like pull out like a sack of like rocks and just starts to imbue them with magic.
Are you sure that's safe on this train? We don't want to have to pull another commander incident now, would we?
It's going to be like when we get off the train, or if there's you know any dangers in the train.
I understand. But this does present a rather interesting question.
Hmm.
How long have you been doing this whole tinkering thing now that I think about it?
Been tinkering with it since we got on the train.
No, not that. Not tinkering with that. I mean, just, as general, like, what caused you to make that your flamethrower, your other little gadgets that you may have in your person? What what attracted you to these type of things?
Hmm. And he kind of like thinks about it, like actually, like a couple of years back, like I'd say like 4 years back, and I think it's because I went out one time with my father, and I think I got lost, and then I found this some sort of contraption that had gears in it. It was kind of like a suit of armor, but it was crumpled and old, and that's what sparked, like, hey, what is this?
Were you out with your father in the woods or something?
Yeah, we were trying to look for materials, um, for smithing or for building.
Was your was your father a smithing man?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he's
And this
Go ahead.
no, the father is much more important. That's how I usually view things of history. You can't have a history if there's no family in it, right?
Right, and he kind of like taught me some smithing tricks here and there. Um, Hence this flamethrower. Yeah, so
But
smithing tools and all
I
that.
see. Do you recall? Well, did you ever figure out what that contraption was that you found in the forest?
um, I tried to fix it one time. I didn't crumble when I took a look at it. Um, though he and then she glances at Alphonse, like, form. Kind of look like him, but um, old and rudimentary.
I see.
And it had like
Well,
an amulet of some sort with gear on it. I took it. I took that though.
an amulet for gear?
Mhm.
I think he's gonna roll a history check because I believe the group mentioned a type of amulet like that, or at least the marking like that.
Okay. Alright, give me history.
That's
That's a 10.
10 total.
You kind of like vaguely remember, kind of like, and that symbol, but on, as you recall, that Warforged that you guys found, back at, in Zendathu, in the docks and stuff.
Oh, um, I think I remember seeing something like that similar to that Warforged that we found back at the docks.
You mean the one with the blue eyes?
Yeah, that one. I forget what his name was though. He kind of just went off on his own. We didn't really know him for that long. Oh, what's it a she? I can never really tell with these things.
Yeah, it sounded like a female to me, but that's just probably the reverberation of the voice.
It's possible.
Never know. Um.
So your father was a smithing man.
Yep.
Okay. Is he still around?
And then she kind of looks down. Not anymore. Um.
Um, may I ask what happened? If you're able to speak on it.
He well, he got murdered by an offshoot of the Bloodhawks. So yeah. and
I see.
and she kind of like fidgets with with the coin catapult.
Well, I'm sure he tried his best to protect whoever he was protecting at that point. I'm assuming it was in the line of duty.
Yeah. Um. Right in the in a battlefield that he was in.
I see.
I'm not sure who did it, but I will find out. That's why I have this really deep disdain for the Bloodhawks, right?
I mean, if they were able to do something like that and they currently do the things that they're doing right now, I'm pretty sure anyone would have some form of disdain for him. They're pretty much jerks at this point.
Yeah, with blood magic. Luckily, and then like grabs the flamethrower towards herself, and she's like, "Luckily, Artemis here will will help and do that thing. That's why I created her."
Still can't tell if you want to try to deliver justice or just turn people into well-done steaks.
A little bit of both. But I'm also trying to hold this guild together. And up to the air and all that.
Mm-hmm. It's not easy running a guild on your all on your own, all suddenly and whatnot.
Yeah.
If
Um
if you, if you don't mind me asking, how long ago did it happen?
the
The
um
moment that that your father passed away.
it's about a year ago.
Hmm. Still fresh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm certain whoever was the miscreant that did that unfortunate deed to you, he will get his comeuppance, as well as everybody else that did you wrong in that organization. And hopefully they will be reformed to a much better cause. That's all we can hope for nowadays, yes?
Yes. What I like remember is that there were well, they were all dressed in black, but all covered over the suit. But I only glanced the color of their eyes.
Is it the color that you think about every time that you fall asleep?
Yes.
Well, hopefully at some point it doesn't come back to try to mess with you again, and does not deliver any painful dreams or anything like that.
Right,
Perhaps we can move on from this subject to much lighter nudes. Moods. What did I say, nudes?
What? There was like, what? Dude, where?
What? I was just kidding. I was just kidding.
And the woman, the blonde woman, is like sitting across. She's like, what? And like the two couple from this area, the blonde and the two headed like uncomfortable staring, uncomfortable like like the hell's going on expression. And then you just hear Clay just like roll over and just bark.
Oh. Did Klein had a lot to drink when he was at the port town?
Well,
Just sweeping that mess under the rug. Like, yeah, was Klein drunk or something? Did he ever let the drink at the tavern?
he definitely chugged that rice wine like it was no tomorrow. Yeah.
You would think that a man his side, he would be able to hold his liquor.
I mean, he is a small guy, but he's
I
also
mean,
tough.
yeah, small guy, yeah, but he's also a dwarf, right?
Right, but like sometimes dwarves every now and then, they get inebriated enough to just, be knocked out.
Yeah, that's true, but I'd normally know them to hold their liquor a lot more than that.
Maybe he had an off day. Don't know.
They have off days?
Yeah, well, I guess, I think. And
The more you know.
well,
But yeah, back to the lighter moods. Yeah, lighter
guys,
moods.
guys,
Gotta put the M out there. Moods.
moods. Okay.
Uh, do you remember? This is gonna sound like a really off the out of the blue type question, but what would you say your mother was like?
I never actually knew my mother. In fact, stories from my father. She up and disappeared not because she wanted to leave us, but more like she was kidnapped. We tried to find her. Well, my father would try to find her, but couldn't, but failed. Um, I was about 2 years old when that happened.
I am sorry to hear that. That must not have been easy to deal with. And
No.
throughout all this time, no one said there was no word or sign or anything.
Um, no. She's you know disappeared without a trace. Even the town where I grew up in, um, try to try to um find any clues. Um,
I see. Well,
actually, where we're heading, Yoru is actually my hometown.
Yoru's your hometown.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known. Well, of course I wouldn't have known.
um, just I forgot to tell you.
I mean, to be fair, this wasn't really information that was meant to be told or anything like that. It's not like it was, well, quest relative or anything like that that could be useful. It was just a fun little fact. But it is nice to know. At least now, if we're stuck around in Yoru, we have at least a bit of a guide to figure out what's going on from point A to point B.
Like it was
Right?
right. I haven't been a Yoru in about a year since my father uh you know
I mean, sure, but no one can really forget home nowadays, right?
right.
Even if you, even if you've been away from it for some time.
Yeah. So um I'll definitely help you out with like giving you a tour or helping you out with like going around. So yeah, hopefully things are the same from a year back.
It might be. There's a high chance it would be. At least I think it would be. But we won't know until we actually see it, right?
Right.
Well, um, I guess on the topics of mothers, come to think of it, I don't really know much about my mother either.
Oh, that's
Which is ironic. I mean, she was the one that kind of gave birth to me or whatnot. But I don't know what it is. But ever since grabbing this, you know, guitar, things just seem to have changed.
like also.
Well, it feels as if, like, I have one sick of memories that, is a pleasant childhood. I had a mom and a dad, and, things were nice in the little house home. But then grabbing this guitar, it just seems like the life just didn't feel the same anymore.
Right.
Like, I remember very vivid bits and pieces of like how I was as a child, but then afterwards, everything else just kind of becomes a blur. All I can think of my mother as like a nice, kind, and gentle woman. But then that's it. But any mother could be like that, just like any mother could be cruel. The fact that I don't know much about her kind of gives me concern. Yet at the same time, there are moments when I would be dreaming and I would see images of a woman holding a child that looked suspiciously like me.
Hmm.
And
Maybe she's out there.
oh no, uh, she she's out there. She's definitely out there, and so is my father. They're both definitely out there. If Figgy looks outside the window, whatever that may be up there,
Hmm. She nods with that. Not
they
totally. Hmm?
they died during a raid on the town.
Ah, I see.
It was unfortunate, but they lived a decent life. They raised me good, and one night the townhome that we were living in got ransacked, along with the village that was burning down to the ground.
That
I was whisked away onto a ship, along with a couple of other townsfolk to get to safety, and yet my mother and her father stayed behind. Yet the problem with that was I didn't see my father have his guitar.
oh,
At least that's what I thought.
yeah.
It wasn't until a few months later that that I received a package, and this was it. He shows the hat and the guitar.
I sorry for your loss. Just
No,
nods.
no, it's okay. I wouldn't be what I am now if I was sorry about things. It's just not in our nature. Arts are supposed to tell happy stories. They're not supposed to tell tragic ones. Well, that would also be a lie, but that's not what we're here to do. We're here to change these little tragic tales and shift them into something a little bit more pleasant to swallow.
Right. And
Not meant to
do
give people.
and do the best we can.
Oh, we'd always have to do the best we can.
Right.
That's just so as heroes or anything, but just as creatures of conscience.
And then Fenrir is kind of like um glances over. She's like, yeah, party. Come on, guys.
I think it's a little bit late for a party at this point,
I mean,
but
get some booze out here. And Turtle's like, no, no booze.
I mean, a glass of wine or anything like that. I'd
Um, weapon? Hello?
suffered a hangover on a moving transportation. Maybe would probably help, but other than that, nothing too crazy. Nothing wrong with a jovial time, but not really in the business to get have a party, especially when it's so late. Things are quieting down now anyway. We don't want to rile up the entire car. That's the last thing we want.
You see Fenrir's kind of like skulk in the corner, and then Tomorrow's like kind of like rolling her eyes a bit at Fenrir's, be like, it's not always parties and drinking, you know that. Kind of.
Actually, no, I did.
What's up?
Actually, no, I did not know that. I didn't think she would. Well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, considering what I have witnessed earlier, that would kind of make sense. I won't go
Right.
into much more details about that.
About. About what? uh, wait, about what?
He look he looks at Fenris. She knows what.
Enter squint. Just like giving herself a second to actually connect the dots. Fails to. Throwing like um face palms and she's like, oh, God. So turns like, you guys want to just rest, or you guys just well.
Uh, you guys can go ahead and do that. I guess I'll just lull. He'll grab his guitar. I guess I'll just lull myself to sleep. This was rather a silly me. It was a much more tenser talk than I originally anticipated. So I'm just gonna sleep this off.
And it's like, cool, you go do that. And then saunters over to the blonde woman. And Tamara kind of like starts to look out the window every now and then, kind of like tinkering with another thing.
All right, and Figgy will just start strumming on his guitar a little bit. Just play one of those very nice relaxing guitar tunes
Mm-hmm.
in an attempt to just like lull people to like a resting state.
Yeah. So you do that as people starting to rest. Some of the passengers they kind of like start to like fall asleep and stuff, and at this point you guys, the cart is like going very fast and stuff, like you know, into the tracks and stuff, and at the moment you are now passing the thresholds of Sendatsu and going into Thesina finally. And oops, oops. And then you're like about in that area. Actually here, and the train kind of like goes into like this little dark tunnel, just for about a few minutes, like 2 to 5 minutes and stuff. Um, and a lot of passengers are starting to fall asleep. It's about after that it crosses the little tunnel, and it's going back to the scenery. Um, takes a bit, but then as you're lulling yourself asleep, it's becoming nighttime at this point. So at this point, everybody is probably asleep. So
Mm-hmm.
um, and as you're falling asleep, slowly lulling and everything, um, you can see that the cart attendants are kind of like, you know, sweeping a bit, trying to like clean up after people and stuff like that. The fire new is there and kind of like checking like every under the seats and stuff, trying to, you know, make it tidy at this point. And finally, kind of like lull yourself to sleep. And I think it's a long rest because, sleep and stuff.
Right.
Um, gonna roll for something really quick to see. Wait. Um, okay. So Figgy, when you're asleep, give me as you're slowly lulling into the streamscape, give me a wisdom save.
Wisdom check or wisdom save?
Wisdom check, sorry. Wisdom check.
It cut out again. Wisdom check or wisdom save?
Check. Check.
That's a 4.
It's a 4. Alright, so
Yeah.
as you're lolling through the dreamscape, you're sort of paralyzed on the floor, near some like waterscape, kind of like near, like a, you know, water, and the sky kind of like turns a little bit gray as you kind of like hear a voice say, "Well, what do we have here?"
Huh?
This womanly voice is um is familiar to you. Um and she starts to materializes like coming down from the sky, and as it does that, the sky kind of like darkens a little bit, and she just like floats down. Let me see, hold on, give me a second.
Uh, hold on. It's a bit too dark. Give me a moment to. And when Figgy tries to
Mhm.
move, is he still paralyzed?
Give me one more wisdom save.
Okay. Wait, I clicked the wrong tab. Wisdom check or save?
Save.
Okay, wisdom save this time.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Okay, so, as you're trying to move, you actually free yourself, so you be able to move.
Mm, ah, ah. That was awkward. I thought I was sleeping on the couch. Do I notice that I'm somehow near like a waterscape?
Yeah. You look around, you're just the waterscape, and
And it would have been nice if I was still on the. Wait a minute. This is not the place for me to be here.
and as she's kind of like starts kind of like walking a little bit towards you slowly, and she's like, "Well, seems like a certain um seems like a certain kitty cat has been, well, not minding their own business."
Uh, oh no. Let me guess. Are you the one that tried to make a deal with us to do something for you that we clearly don't want to do? Is this you again?
Perhaps.
You know, when you say perhaps, that usually means yes.
I am aware of that.
So then why are we dealing with the perhaps? Let's not deal with brass tacks here. Let's go ahead and just discuss exactly what you want.
All right. How about I've been watching you and your crew, and seems like you're going after what I want is that box.
Mayhaps we are after going after something at a certain location that may or may not be any of your concern and or businesses.
It is my business if it's something that is a great concern to me.
Great concern. Now, what exactly did you mean by great concern? You mean great concern in the form of it could probably hurt an entire town, innocent civilians might get hurt, or is it more so great concern as in it lets me do cool things, I want to keep this, no one else should have it? I've heard these
Like
tales a couple of times, so I'm just running the bases.
it's I would like to keep this box, this relic that you're going after. After all,
W-
it's piece to a
You,
bigger puzzle.
uh, I see. I think that's a common theme for most of the relics that I'm hearing about. They're all part of a piece of a bigger puzzle. Now, if I may be so bold as to ask, what would a person like you need with something like that?
Well, I'm trying to gather what is rightfully mine and, well, utilize it in a way that, I see fit.
I see. Figgy is going to roll. Figgy's gonna roll an
Alright.
instinct to she's trying to do is over the party over in any way, shape, or form. We can trust this. I don't trust her whatsoever. It
Let's see. 11.
is an 11.
You have about not the slightest clue. You don't know.
Hmm.
She she seems very actually no, give me perception really quick.
Perception.
Yeah boy. 8.
Wow, Figgy, you're not doing so good today. That's an 8.
Okay. So you don't notice anything, but you kinda like
Wait,
hmm,
do I want to use inspiration now for this?
if
Uh,
you want, it's your call.
but what does inspiration do in this sense?
It's you roll the inspiration dice, and then you add your modifier from whatever check that was previous, like insight
Okay,
or perception.
all right. So I click on inspiration die gone. So what do I just roll? So what die do I roll?
Just roll perception again if you like. 24. Oh, wow, okay. Scratch that. So you actually kind of like see um that there is that she's kind of like fidgeting with her hand, kind of like roll them around, um, behind her back, and it's just there's kind of like then a sword kind of like emanates from it, and she kind of like takes it out, points it at Figgy, but not in a way that's like I want to fight, more like you know, kind of like in that stance of like, and she's like,
Is it like a warning, like a threatening type stance?
yeah,
So if I'm reading what you're putting down correctly, this is more of the I'm going to try to convince you to do something for me for my benefit and my benefit alone. Screw everyone else. Is that what I'm understanding here?
she smiles, chuckles, and she's like, "You got it."
Ah, well then. Interesting. Uh, I'm glad we had this talk. Uh, actually, Sly, was it? Yeah, I believe your name was Sly.
Yes, why?
Okay, well, unfortunately for you, um, I'm not in a position to want to screw myself over in any way, shape, or form, and I don't think it's fair for anyone else to have to deal with whatever you're doing or whatever you're planning. So, if you kindly do not mind, I'd rather not deal with this. I think I have a. Hmm. First of all, let me clear this. And there is a thing that I'm supposed to be looking for here that I could have sworn would have already existed. But there's this huge. Get there it is. The text is gone now. Feature. Okay, cool. Uh, wow, you don't have it now, do you? Ah,
Hmm.
misfortune. I would have thought he had that. Uh, hmm. Well, I'm just check this off here, and I thought he had something to dispel stuff, but I guess that's not until later.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, um, this is this well, hmm, because clearly this is not a situation that he. Wait, what does Harrison do?
Mm. She kind of like
Okay.
look
Well,
looking at Figgy.
I appreciate this little chat that you're doing, but whatever little plan that you're gonna have in store for us right now, uh, can you kind of just not do that, please? It would be very, very convenient for us to just pretend that this meeting never happened, and no harm, no foul. We'll just take the relic and make sure that it's be put in the proper place, and you can just go about doing your own business and probably not trying to bend the world to your will in a way that will kind of screw things over. We kind of need it. Also, isn't there some other form of entertainment that you could possibly do to, pass the time? Maybe to go to a jazz club or go to the races, or I don't know, go to a brothel or something. I don't even know what you're into, but like, can you just do that instead, please?
She kind of like gives you kind of the glare of what you're saying, like that last bit, and she's like, "In which body, though? If you're stuck in this incorporeal form." nonetheless separated, smashed into pieces, fragmented. And you're telling me this?
Okay, so I won't lie. You kind of cut out in a bit of that, so I missed bits and pieces of it.
Oh, which part did you hear?
I heard something about something cracking into fragments,
Oh,
but I didn't hear much of anything before that. But I
mm,
did hear the phrase. She kind of scowls at you at the last mention of the last thing Figgy said, which
mhm.
I believe was the phrase brothel or something. I don't know what you're into, but can you just kind of not do what you think you're going to do?
Yeah. So she kind of like you think I could do that like in a state?
Uh, Potentially. I don't think brothels have any problem with corporeal forms. They can think of some form of entertainment. They can they can poof up some sexy men or sexy woman ghost people if that's what you're into. They could just do that.
To
You know,
go.
there could still
Hmm?
be enjoyment from the scene of it all, instead of actually having to feel it. It's like strip club situation.
Hello, Commander. Um. Um. Okay. So this woman is like, well, you think I'm a mere spectral being?
Uh, no, I don't think you're a mere sexual being. However, I don't think that is any way to stop you from appreciating the sexual form.
I I meant spectral, spectral. You know.
Oh, do I think you're a spectral being? Well, I don't know. You're in my dream, you like 3 times now. You've been in my dream without my consent, by the way, and I haven't really seen you in real life or anything. So I have no choice but to kind of expect the fact that you may be some form of a spectral being in some form of corporeal form that just like to come and go whenever she pleases, like the sly person that you are.
I would just
And
like you to know that I am a goddess trying to, you know, pick the pieces
ah,
back up again, trying to be whole again.
okay, and if I'm not mistaken, maybe you can fill in the blanks for me, but there are multiple goddesses. Are you one of the goddesses that is not uh rough around the edges, or are you definitely one of the goddesses that are rough around the edges?
Well, dude, aren't we all rough around the edges? Of course I
You know what?
am.
You know what? You may have a point, but some have better deals than others.
Hmm.
But the statement still stands. We will make sure that the relic does not cause harm to the people, as it is my job as a bard to make sure that there's smiling voices everywhere. And I can't really do that if, say, an unfortunate circumstances would occur because of us returning slabs or suffering curses and stuff like that. That wouldn't really be much of a bad thing now, would it?
Oh no, but of course. And then she like lowers down her blade, which was basically kind of like an arm blade, a huge arm buster blade. Put it down as it kind of like kind of like unforms, and then into her arm and stuff. Tell you what,
Uh,
uh, open. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm being called. 1 second. Ande. Ande. Okay.
On the campaign with another person on Twitch, and
Hello.
I was like, oh, I never thought to do a role playing session with 1v1. So around the time that this campaign was kind of slowing down with a lot of the cancellations and stuff, I brought the idea over to Reiki and we discussed it, and she was okay with it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then we started running it. But I wanted to run it I wanted it to throw it by her in a way where it's like, I know that the 1v1s are going to be kind of different, but I don't want it to be like a full on 1v1 campaign because I feel like while it is interesting, it may cause some form of exhaustion at some point. So maybe having it where if people want to join in, they can, but as long as like one of the core members is still part of the group, then it's still fine to do like a 1v1. And
I get
considering the
that.
fact Yeah, and considering the fact that I was the one that brought it up, and I was basically the one of the, I basically have no choice but to be like a 1v1 type character anyway, because of how Figgy was made. And for those of people who have not seen or maybe have missed out on like the one of the earlier one shots that Reiki did, where it was basically the Holy Grail War a la Fate Stay Night, but it was in the Wonderful World of Varkaril. Uh, the ancestor of Figgy won that, and he made a wish to basically says no matter what the circumstances in this particular universe, there will always be a Figgy. So essentially speaking, Figgy without his knowledge is just ever reincarnating being that will just always exist.
Yeah.
Be- because a bard needs to tell stories of heroes, so there always needs to be a bard.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, so
So
hello, Shay.
hello. Um, nice story. Um, but anyway, you still in the dreamscape, Mickey, and as you do so, she lowers her weapon, looks at you, she's like,
So does this mean that you're not going to be hostile to us or anything like that, or am I reading
Mm.
far too into this?
Well, as long as you give me the relic after you're done.
Let us see exactly what this relic can do and how it affects us, and I may consider giving you the relic if it does not harm us in any way, shape, or form.
Give me a
Do we have a deal?
give me persuasion.
Okay. Persuasion. I wish I had inspiration for that one. Persuasion. Don't fail me now, please. We had a deal, persuasion.
Oh,
She kind of like, nods it over, and then she's like,
That thing cracked it died. That thing cracked it died too. It was a
"Is
15 and then it went to a 5. I was like, why would you do this?
um as you're like kind of like, then she kind of like summons her sword and kind of like summons her sword again and kind of like let's see, what's your AC?
Oh. Oh, it's like that. Um, my AC is 17.
Alright. She slices down, but then she kind of like misses you. But as she misses you, give me a wisdom save. One more wisdom save. One wisdom save. 6. Alright. So basically it's let me see. Hold on.
Where is he?
You receive a headache, so you receive 9 psychic damage as you get snapped awake. That sharp the sharp, headache.
Okay, so do you recall? Has it? All right, here's a question.
Mhm.
Has anyone seen the film Monkey Bone?
No.
Yes.
Okay, you have seen Monkey Bone. Do you recall the scene where Monkey Bone, in the form of Brendan Fraser,
Mhm.
gets hit with the golf club, but he wakes up, but he gets knocked outside of his bed?
Yeah.
That's basically what happened to Figgy.
Um. Okay, so people are here. Well, a lot of people are here. So, Alphonse, are you awake? And
Edward is awake.
Edward is awake. Okay. And Commander, are you awake?
yes, I am. I'm always awake and vigilant.
Alphonse, are
What
you
was I
awake?
doing again?
Are you awake?
Well, Figgy would definitely be awake because you would hear the sound
So,
of a
Mhm.
guitar that has been strummed very wrongly and very loudly.
yeah, so everybody hears Figgy kind of like jump from sleep and kaboom.
Figgy, I thought you were. What's wrong with your playing? You okay, man?
Yeah, I'm okay.
So
It's just
You don't sound okay.
well, no, because I have a bit of a nauseating headache, but it'll go over in a second. Uh, Aru,
You need ice.
uh, no, but a glass of water would be nice.
All right. I'm gonna go see if I can find a glass of water.
okay,
With ice, please.
okay. So Commander, give me an investigation.
You got it. Let's see if I have a sheet.
Oh,
Yes, I
shoot.
still have Commander. Wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Oh no.
What?
Oh no. This is not good. Oh wait, no, it's Sarge. Never mind. I thought it was Commander. Like literally, the name was Commander. No, it was actually Sarge. So you said investigation, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
La rules.
Liberals. Oof, that's Nate.
Let's see, hold on. Let me do this real quick. Alright. Let's see who you bump into.
Oh, there it goes. Jesus. Oh my God, that was irritating. Hey, sorry. I didn't
You
mean to.
you okay? You sound
I've
like
been
you
having
just.
I've been having issues all day with my damn headsets, right? Like my headset would not work.
Mhm.
And I was like, yo, don't tell me my headset just ate shit because I don't have another one. So I've been trying to figure it out the whole time, and then come to find out it's because my audio on the actual screen was on, but there is no sound. So I had to disable it for it to actually go through my headset. So I'm here. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. So where was it? Right. Commander goes and tries to get some water and like bumps into the huge orc train worker. Just like
Wait. Could you repeat that? Did you say the train worker or train worker?
train worker, like kind of like yeah, like the surf people and stuff like that. A giant a huge what's called like a 7 foot 5 inch orc woman. She's like, "Which way you going?"
Hey, do you know where I can find some water? A friend of mine is in desperate need, as their head is. Wait, what was he here again? I take out my little notebook and I begin reading. Oh, right, friend. My friend is in need. He has a headache. You have this thing called ibuprofen?
The heck is ibuprofen?
I don't know, it's some weird magical drug thing that apothecary made. I don't know. Do you have water or something that could help with headaches? Friend needs has a bad headache.
Yeah, we have water. It's a goes and grabs a big like gallon.
This'll do. I lug the gallon with me.
Give me a strength check for what
Oh
your
no.
carrying is.
Wait, no, wait, hold on. Let me see if I could do something instead. Okay, so instead of carrying it, this woman you said she looks strong, right?
Strong.
Hey, miss,
Hmm?
you mind helping me carry this? I'm not exactly fit, as I am old. A friend of mine needs it very much. They could die if they don't get this water.
Sure, I'll have a little doodly arm man.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go walk with this woman and bring the water back to Figgy, the whole gallon, and I'm expecting Figgy to drink it because
Oh my
I'm a
god.
stupid old man.
Alright, so you kind of like, everybody sees like this orc woman and Commander kind of like carrying a gallon of water and just like putting it in front of Piggy. The orc is like,
I have retrieved the water. Here you go, friend.
can't go like drinking the water. Goes-
Um,
Hmm?
only, I thought I'd only ask for a glass. You know what? Uh,
Funnily enough, I actually
Hmm?
forgot whether or not you did ask for a glass. So I am just gonna assume that Commander also forgot that you asked for a glass.
Tamara's like wakes up and like you guys can see like she has a bunch of like gadgets and gears and stuff like that on the table, and she's like, are we there yet?
Alright, where what? I just got back from sleeping, and I find that my friend over here has a headache, and they need water desperately, so I got them water. Where are we going again? I kind of forgot.
We're going.
the
Uh,
Silent Peak.
yeah, we have to go. We have to go through. We're almost to Yoyoru, which is like the last stop, and then we're gonna grab the cart and just like travel up the mountain a little bit, and then we'll find it. What's
Right,
Alphonse
it's
and
for the
Edward
relic.
doing at this time?
This is for the relic, right?
Yep.
Okay, good. I still remember it IRL. I thought I actually did forget.
Okay. So what's Alphonse and Edward doing at this time?
No idea actually at the moment.
Okay. As you
Uh, that-
guys, oh yeah, go ahead. You go first before I narrate.
Whatever the situation is with the water, figures just start drinking the water.
Okay. And so at this time, you guys, look out the window, and you see, a little bit of distance, and the train kind of like going towards it. Kind of like kind of like an Eastern style, um, city with like some like walls a bit, and as you look, Tamara kind of like, you know, goes, yeah, that's Yoru. We're almost there.
Okay, so it's not in Yoru, but how many more miles would you say off the coast of Yoru would it be?
Mm, well, looks like we'll be there in about 30 minutes, to give or take.
Oh, yeah, that is rather convenient.
Yeah.
And I don't, and kind of think of it. When I think of a name of Yoru, I didn't think it would have a big giant wall.
Well, it does have a few walls here and there, but that's the wall's new actually. It didn't have a wall before.
Huh?
Strange. Yeah.
I guess things definitely did change. Figure goes back to drinking the large amounts of water.
Alright.
Can I roll history to see if I remember anything of interest from Yodo? I don't mind rolling at at disadvantage because obviously Alzheimer's.
Sure.
D20 plus history, so it's +2. Wow, I don't
Well,
remember shit.
you forgot a lot of things about Yoru, but you just like know that it's just like, one of those like that it's a city full of tieflings. Um, and Edward and Alphonse, can you give me a religion check?
Religion 26.
Cool. Okay, 23. Alright. So, both of you kind of like, you hear buzzing in your head, but at the same time, you could, you can, you can like sense like there's like something emanating, um, kind of like around this person here, which is kind of like you look back. You look back and it's basically a short red-headed tan tiefling with like kind of like this Celtic garb and like kind of like like kind of like a bow and arrow kind of like prepped up like on their back. It's a girl. It's a woman about 21 years old, and like the sleeveless like garb that she has like kind of like this tattoo running all around her arm in like kind of like a Celtic-y traditional tattoo, and she's just like staring out the window kind of like a little bit bored.
Is this the same figure that I saw outside the train when we got on?
Give me a history.
13.
13. It isn't the same, not the same person that was outside the train, but more like they're they're a different person.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, hold on. Before you continue, hold on. Where is it? Is it a spell? No, it's not. I don't have any cantrips, do I? Nope. Never mind. Continue.
Okay. So, anyways, as you're approaching the city and everything, you just hear in like the little like kind of like old fashioned intercom be like, "Alright, our last stop is Yoru, city of the Tieflings, and we're now in Thasian. So we'll be inbound in about 20 to 30 minutes. So buckle your seats and so yeah." And then just like click. Um After a bit, it's getting closer and closer, and there's like this little like archway that's going through, and slowly stops at the station eventually. And um as you do so, as it does so, a lot of people kind of like get up and go towards the door, which is basically opens, and everybody kind of like comes out. There's like about 100 to 200 people in the train. And um let's bring this into jam like so that one. Okay, so you see that this woman kind of like stays back a little and kind of like waits, and as you do so, the crowd kind of like comes out, and everybody give me a perception.
Okay.
Perception, you said?
Yeah.
Perception.
Yeah.
24.
At 26. Oh wait, my bad. Oh no, I read it the wrong
21.
one. That's a 7.
Okay.
I'm not
24.
20.
Not 20, 24,
For 30.
21, 7, Let me bring.
Yeah.
Let me bring it up. Okay. Boop. All right. I bet. All right. So as you, the ones that got like a, a 15 and better, can see some crimson robe figures kind of like coming out, and then this tan tiefling, red hair, off colored, heterochromic eyes, with a tuxedo, walk out. Let me see, hold on. And he kind of like, he's the one the nat 20, Alphonse can clearly see that he kind of like takes out an amulet and like kind of like out of the corner of your eye, and kind of like twiddles it a little bit, looks around, and kind of like nods at his at the robe at the robe people. And he walks out. So what do you guys want to do?
Well, I'm gonna just stick next to Figgy because I've associated myself with Figgy for quite a while.
Okay.
Also, I'm making sure he's drinking all that water.
Oh no.
Like intently staring at Figgy to make sure he damn finishes that water because I spent money on that.
This is where we're supposed to be going, right?
Yeah.
All right, so I get up and go to get out of the train.
All right. Everyone's getting.
This is our stop. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'm not
Alright.
finished with the water yet.
Little.
Oh no. Like,
Better finish that water. That kind old lady had to bring it all the way to you.
oh
Take
no.
it with you. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, you get the, yeah, and then like the orc lady's like, it's okay, you can take it with you. We have more.
And I hand while we're rocking out, I hand the girl 2 pieces of gold for the water.
Thank you. And then she kind of like bites one of the gold. Wow, wow, wow.
Oh,
Clay finally wakes up. He'd be like, hangover. He's like, sorry. And then I was like, oh god. Do I have to pick you? I have to pick you up. He just goes and like picks the plane. I'm like, are we there yet? Tomorrow's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Kind. All right, let's go. Is the barrel heavy enough to where Figgy can still carry it out now?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's
Figgy's just basically just walking out with the barrel on his head like it's one of those hats with the freaking straw on it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. And I'm guessing Commander is following. So
Yes, Commander is following.
Wee. Where did Figgy's coin go?
It was right here. Oh, it's underneath somebody. So there we go.
Okay. All right. So you guys are outside tomorrow, just kind of like carrying Clay, kind of like coming over and everything. And you guys look back. You see that like female tiefling kind of like staying there. And then Fenrir is kind of like also out there, and then talking to the woman, and the woman kind of like leaves. And Fenrir's kind of like, call me, babe! As you like walk out. Little. And so yeah, you guys arrive where those train stations. I don't have a map right now, but I will next time. But yeah, reach out, and then we're going out of the into the like big city, and Kamara's like, it's great to be back home again.
What, aside from the wall, is this anything else? Is this anything like you remembered from back then? Proceeds to sip more water.
Well, there's definitely a lot more people than before. And then she looks over. Not there's like a lot of guards and more than usual. But other than that, everything else is the same.
Alright. Now, I think since now that we're here, we need to figure out two things. One, how far is Silent Peak from here? And two, where are we going to hold up for the night?
Well, this is a town after all, so there's gotta be a tavern.
Why is
As long
it
as we
always
don't get drunk, we should be fine.
Claims like, okay, point noted. Right. So token. So I'm just putting in how where you guys like. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You get something. All right. You guys are in Yoru. So you guys looking for a place to lodge in or do stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it would be lodging first, so we can actually like put any extra luggage or whatever that we may have in a safe spot, and then we can explore the town and be like, all right, where's the place that we actually need to go? How far is it? And or pick up any necessary supplies and or foods and stuff.
Okay. All right. So the first thing is the lodging. So everybody give me an investigation for lodging or for lodging.
Okay.
Who wants Commander to help them so they have advantage? My investigation's only a +2, so I'm
I have
thinking
a
Harold can help
+6.
someone. I'll give you the help action so you could roll at advantage then if you're fine with it.
23 for the help action.
Okay. 23.
I guess Alphonse will help you. That's what, investigation? Oh yeah, I'll definitely help you.
Okay.
Yeah.
10. Oh, it's a 10, right? That's a 10.
Yep, that was a 10 on my part.
Okay, so Alpha. Oh, you helped action. Okay. So with I guess Edward kind of like finds the lodging first. So it's just little like hotel space, like a 4-story hotel room, hotel space, and you kind of like it's like this fancy looking area. And you walk into into the lobby, and you kind of see like these like kind of like this kind of like fancy furniture, and then somebody like in the counter, and there's some like little chairs and tables, and like a usual lobby, kind of like um one of those like fancy suite, you know, lobbies and stuff. And you and you kind of like see ahead of you counter, and like a tiefling, like a blue tiefling with like curved up horns and everything, and with like black hair and like kind of like these like golden eyes, and um he's like writing down some notes and kind of like finishing a call. He's like, look, okay, I'll get the order of the towels, and you'll be good. And then he like starts to like um go and like type in the typewriter, and then just kind of like hangs up, and just kind of like notices you guys, and kind of like Yes, hello, welcome to, you know, welcome to the Requiem, Requiem, lodging. How may I help you? And then kind of like puts down the pen and everything, kind of like leans in.
Yes, hi. Two questions, perhaps, if you can help us. One, we're looking for lodgings for how many is here with us? Eight,
Eight.
eight. Is it 8 people or is it 7? I think it's 7, right?
It looks like he kind of like, you know, goes and like counts. And let's see.
Don't mind me, I have a headache. It makes it hard to count once to hide the fact that I think you've had a miscounted.
Drink your water. You could be suffering from dehydration.
Yes, it's 6 or 7, so I'll just put you in. The lodging. Let's see. That is 2 gold per person per night, and then like it starts to do math in his head. 2, 4. That is about 6 or 7 gold. Per night if you have a group.
Oh, actually, DM, I actually have a bit of a question.
Yes.
Did my character happen to see any military installations, like maybe a guard barracks?
In his investigation, or actually no, give me a perception from like earlier.
Yeah, sure. I got an 8. So I'm assuming I don't see any.
Don't see any, but you kind of see like there's this kind of like a taller building than the rest of them. So that's one of the main points. And that's it.
Okay. I was thinking that if I did see the military installation, I would try and use what do you call it, being a veteran, and just be like, hey, could I sleep here?
Yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, no, since I didn't see it, it's fine.
Okay. So Amy's the guy said, 6 gold or 7 gold per group. And then.
Alright, so you said 7. You said 6 per crew member per night?
No, it's 2 per crew member per night. But if you're doing the group package, then it's about 6 to 7 gold.
Can I persuade him to try to lower it down to 4 gold for all of us?
Okay. How do you wanna do that?
I'm a veteran. Do I have a veteran discount?
I'm just gonna persuade him.
No, I actually do say that in character though.
Military discount. He looks over, glances. Do you have your military card? We do have we do have a military discount because
Oh yeah, sure.
I begin looking for my military card. Do I need to roll perception because I obviously wouldn't be able to remember which pocket I put it in?
Yes, do it.
Okay.
This is the one you nat 20. Aw.
13. It
You
would have been funny if it was in that one instead.
you
But
managed
anyway,
to
got 13.
yeah, you managed to find it like easily. It's been like um in your kind of like pocket this whole time. So it's like, so you give him your card.
Yeah, I give him my card to show proof that I am indeed a veteran and not just trying to get cheap shit.
Yeah. So he like looks at at the date and everything. You're like, alright, you're from the Zendatsu army. I see. So the Thessians appreciate your service. And he kind of gives it back the ID, and then like goes over. He's like, okay, discount of like 4 cold. Let's see, about about 3 gold for the group.
2 gold.
2 gold.
Uh,
Any
Well,
kind
most
of.
of my discount could cover, so on that one, but
Give me another persuasion, Alphonse, as he's mulling it over.
17.
Let's see, this guy. This
Would
guy.
he have advantage due to my military veteran discount?
Yes.
Oh, great. Come on, net 20.
Little.
Persuasion is +9. Oh, that one works.
24. Let's see.
24.
Oh. He's like, oh my. You a friend of this military man? Alright, fine. 2 gold.
I kind of look at you confused because I forgot who you are.
Yes. We'll take the 2 gold.
Okay. 2 gold for the group per night. And like scribbles it down. May I have your names?
We just all look at Commander. We just all look at Commander, waiting to figure out his name.
Like, you could see a fucking computer loading sign on top of his head as he's trying to understand, and then error 404, name not found.
Oh my god. That's
Uh,
great.
wait, it should say on the card.
Could I say that the card has been like used way too much to where the name appears like illegible because it's been smeared?
Yes.
And the only thing that could be seen is like Commander.
Yeah. Oh yes,
Sweet.
Commander, and then you just put, like writes it down like Commander, and you all of you else must be
Figgy.
Figgy, Commander Figgy, and then Tamara gives her name, and Clay gives her name, and Fenner's kind of like in the lounge, kind of like kind of like shouts their name. We getting some free shit after this?
Yeah. I guess.
Okay, cool. I'll watch with you guys. So casual.
Like I point at the person who's lodging with us.
Fen is like, I'm Fenris. And just
I like look at Figgy and just whisper,
Who are they?
They're helping us on that mission.
Yeah.
He's talking about
like
Alphonse
half
and
the time
Edward.
I am legitimate serious on when my character doesn't remember, because half the time I actually do not remember either.
So you
He's about to
guys,
get that checked out.
yeah, and you guys, so you guys, he puts on your names and stuff, and he kind of like gives you, he's like, so you want 1 room or 2 rooms?
2 rooms.
For my own room. I have
Oh.
night.
Oh.
I have quite a bit of night terrors in the night. I don't want to disturb them.
Okay, and you can give your own room. Okay, here's the keys to the rooms. 3 rooms. You figure out who go to, and
Me and Alphonse can go in one room, and Commander and excuse me, Figgy can go in the other one.
Or Clay, Tamara, and Figgy in one, and then Alphonse and Edward in the other, and then
The reason. Oh, continue.
and Commander in one.
Yeah, the reason why I want my own room is because I'm gonna fortify it as per usual.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's why I said he's gonna get his own room.
Yeah. All right. So you guys, grab your stuff in the rooms and everything, and so Alphonse and Edward, and then Fenris is like, I'll be with these two, and he just kind of like goes and just chills. Jill's there like, all right, kind of like puts the pillow across their face and he's like, all right, wake me up, and then he like sleeps.
All right. Also that takes care of the room. Now we have another question for you.
Yes.
You heard of a place called Silent Peak?
And the mention of Silent Peak, they're like, kind of like their face, kind of like visibly, kind of like a little bit scared, like, oh, Silent Peak. Um, rum- there's a lot of rumors about that place. You should probably never go. But
Why is that?
well, this is rumors, but it's probably a lie or whatever. But heard there's well, it's you know, the rumor that the Silent Peak is still burning from within, and the spirits kind of like go around. I don't know. It's just what I've heard with the with some myths and the legends and the stuff, and kind of like fits a little bit.
Wait, it's still burning. What do you mean it's still burning?
Well, long ago, it was a city called Silent Peak, and well, there was a fire, a mining fire at the bottom of the of where it's been, and a mining accident, they said. And ever since, well, it's been like that. But we thought it burned like a long time ago, but apparently not.
I see. So a mining accident occurred and burned the entire town down?
That's yeah.
Sounds eerily familiar.
Out of game, this sounds like the thing from Silent Hill.
No.
Okay. So we're not dealing with Silent Hill, that is a relief.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, Biggie's gonna roll insight on that, cause he's kind of finding it a little hard to believe that one mining accident caused the entire town to just up and go poof.
Mm-hmm. All right.
You said an insight on that?
Inside.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
The
9.
9.
When was this?
Alphonse is asking it.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, Figgy can't tell. Rather, can't tell. But Alphonse asked this question. He's like, this was about 20 years ago. To heard that there was a few survivors, but with great lacerations on their bodies. So wherever they went, I'm not quite sure, since they've up and left. And he just pauses a bit and then his eyes kind of like the realization. Oh, yes. There's this one
My cancer one.
animated armor that went over here. A knight? I think it was a knight. In armor.
No teeth or nothing.
Yes, I believe Alphonse, you were a knight back then, right?
Over 150 years ago.
Oh, are you an elf in that armors?
No, I am the armor. I'm a machine created by humans. Created by the paladins.
And you
He's a
can tell he's like,
machine.
he's like, you know, his face is like of that of confusion. He's like, alright, anyways, this other one is not, this other one, had the blue eyes and had this strange gear symbol on the chest. They said, well, they said they were looking for something, um, you know, about they said they were looking for their memories, but I told them, hey, don't remember, it's okay.
I asked the woman, does she know of any warforged in this city?
I just Warforged, you, yeah, I just described them to you. And that they called themselves Ari. They're strange.
I
Mm.
see.
They came
You
here
know where they're
once.
located at?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe they're around here somewhere, or maybe they left here. Who knows?
Hmm.
I'm just doing job.
I can respect the need to make the job. Thank you for the information. We greatly appreciate it. Oh, but wait. I forgot. You only mentioned us the scary things about Southern Peak, but you never actually told us where it was.
There's you see, there's this like there's a trail that leads up the mountain here, and just like kind of like on the window, there's like a little offshoot of like a road, and he kind of like points it out like, oh yeah, just go around that trail, and it's gonna take you a little bit into the mountains, and this is camping area. But when you go to that camping area, you just go straight up, and you find peak.
I see. So make a left here, go up straight a bit, head a cabin area side. If we find a cabin area, we will most likely find Silent Peak.
Yes. So when you like when you go up the mountain, it's going to kind of like cross over the borders of our neighbor Keron. So just be aware there's gonna be a lot of elves around these mountains. So not.
All right. I think that should just about do it, which means just everything should be within like a nice little ride and a walking distance, which means we won't be lost.
No, so,
Right?
right. Right. This the trail is really self-explanatory. It's a very simple road. It's you cannot miss it.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for your help.
You're welcome. My name's Kazaj.
Nice to meet you, Kazaj. We'll look forward to working with your services if the time allows. But thank you for allowing us to stay here.
You're welcome. Um, have a nice lodging, and we'll see you later. And just goes and opens a book and kind of like writes down like notes and stuff. And then you guys gonna go to your lodgings?
Yep.
Okay. So you go to your lodgings. Commander makes his fortifications.
Yes. What's in the room?
There is there's a bed, some chairs, a table, a lamp, one of those like dresser things for clothes, window, a sink, bathtub, little more like Basically, like tables and
An oil lamp?
Yeah, there's an oil lamp.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna take the oil lamp and turn it into a Molotov cocktail.
Oh god.
Ah, Louis.
Give me an intelligence roll to see if you'd be able to, like, you know, make a Molotov cocktail.
Okay.
Da-da.
14.
Okay. So, you start to make the Molotov cocktail, and easily enough, it's, you know, you make it. One Molotov cocktail. Sorry.
Need to be prepared.
Like as I say, as I'm making literally a fortress out of the room.
Alright.
That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, so, and everybody else is going to sleep.
Yep.
Right? Alright. So, you guys settle down. And as you're settling down, you're resting. And that's when I'm gonna go ahead and call it for tonight. For today. And
Alright.
next time we pick up from there, and you know, you guys are almost there.
Nice.
Okay. Alright then. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. A lot of roleplay. A lot of story.
Nothing wrong with that.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There will be combat soon, I think.
Nice.
There probably will be. We are going to be I imagine we are going to be in town for just a wee bit before we decide to actually go move on to Silent Peak, which will probably be after we're done resting. But we're not actually, we're kind of just like doing the thing where, you know, after you travel for a bit, you actually hit your hotel room and you just kind of rest there for a bit. It's still kind of, I imagine it's still kind of like early in the day.
Yeah, it's about like noon. Yeah, it's about noon. So yeah.
So probably just like lounge around for maybe like 2 or 3 hours, and then we'll just gallivant around Yoru and just see the sights and gather more intel if we so need it. And then, you know,
on the next episode of Varkaril Z. More screaming.
more screaming and or shenanigans at a tavern if it so happens, or wherever we go. Who knows? No one knows exactly. We just know we're tired of this train and we need to take a rest. As with most people that travel, we're tired of this plane. I want to take a rest. We've been on this plane for X amount of hours.
Right. Who's doing a thing? Oh god. We see your rolls.